Hi everyone, Mckaiser Dragon here, and today we have a little bit of PoE, and I didn't think this league was so bad. Things was going fine, and then, it hasn't even been that long, but even then, like, my items that I like to, place for one chaos, they're not selling. And it turns out that everyone is starving for currency right now. And I looked into this, and at first I thought, oh yeah, because this it's always like this. Like people make a big deal out of nothing, and well, I wouldn't say nothing, but like people think these nerfs or these changes is gonna change the whole PoE, and for the most part, it's still fine, but the changes do suck sometimes, or changes aren't as bad as we thought. But this time, the changes are a lot worse, and everyone's getting hit by this. Some people say the new players aren't getting hit by this. No, they're getting hit. Heist, people say Heist isn't getting hit. Uh, I guess not really, but still a little bit. And it turns out that they just straight took away the 100%, what was it, 100% magic fine from like I forget if it was just metamorphosis mods or like all monsters. And you can look this up. You can see people like 6-man party killing rares and like really juicing up their map, like 200 C plus on one map, and getting, they said 5 chaos each player. Like each player only gains 5 chaos more than they spent. And then a bunch of like, and out of the 6 people, there was only one map that dropped. I'm just like, that's bad. And then you see, what is it, Ghastly or Ghazi? I forget the pronunciation, but where zombies are, it was zombie. He did animate weapon, and he cannot make that thing live, which is crazy. Which also makes me think zombies are basically dead because, like, what are you gonna do? It's crazy. That's actually pretty decent. Like, what do you do when your zombies hit end game and they can't live and it gets you killed? And people say like it's not gonna affect the normal people. Like I'm pretty compared. Well, even though I play this like I can play this like 12 hours a day on the weekends at least, and during the week I can like play when I get home until I need to go to sleep. I'm not a good player, and like I said in the beginning of the video, my shop that I like to set up to earn currency over time. So by the time I hit maps, I might have like 50 to 100 chaos. That's I'm only getting like 1 to like 5 cells a day, which is baffling to me. Like and I'm trying to pick up, you know, decent items, put them up for 1 chaos, and no one's buying them. And I was there, you know, at the launch. I was there the next day and the next day after that, and I'm here Monday. So like 2.5 days. And I'm level 73. I haven't hit maps yet, but no one's buying my stuff. I have like, is it 6 or 7 tabs of 1 chaos items? At least I would have, at minimum, would have like 50 chaos. Luckily, I picked up a, what's it called? A small jewel? Small cluster jewel, there we go. And I ulted it, and on the, I think I chaosed it once. Or that, or like my first try on that, and luckily it sold for 50 chaos. But the thing is, it sold like almost immediately, so I have a sneaking suspicion I undersold that one by a lot. I had an analogy with Maple Story about this. And I forgot. But basically, like, this is something we need to go to the forums and like just complain about. Like, this is a bit too much, and I feel like things are just like the drops are really bad. Like I feel like I'm getting way less loot than usual. Ever since I added in this loot filter, I've been feeling a bit worse about doing certain things. Like the lake. The lake seems like it will be good, but then I actually go in there and I don't really get too much. Sometimes I do, but still, it's like the items don't sell. Switch it with that so I don't backtrack, and yeah. And then what do you think about the league mechanic? I think personally it's a bit slower than normal league mechanics, because you don't get to interact with this one until you complete the map, which is different from other leagues where you're always interacting with it every single time you enter a new zone, right? Which, if this does go into the base game, like, if it already takes you like 4, 5, 6 zones just to fill up one or more, like, I haven't seen like how big they can get yet, but I've seen it on streams, and it can get pretty big, which I think it might take like 10 to 15 maps just to complete. What? And then this random stuff happened. What is this? Like, this dude just did straight 3K to my face. And like, I have decent regen, like 12, almost 1300 regen. And this dude just like, oh my god. Are you joking me? What was my analogy with Maple Story? Oh yeah, so people, if the top players that are making like the really strong items a lot cheaper for everyone else, I mean, yeah, sure, that can be seen as a bad thing, like you're not the one making all the currency, but they're also just throwing currency out to basically everyone that that is farming. And now that a lot of those top players don't want to play. Oh, that was my analogy. It was like the top players don't want to play, and then guess whose job it is to farm it all? Well, now it's your job to farm it all. And are you willing to farm it all when you're losing money farming it, and you barely make a profit even after you sell it? Because no one really has the currency to even buy it, so you gotta sell it for even less than normal. So my analogy to that is like when I was playing Maple Story, I would complain about the hackers, and the hackers are like flooding the market with things that people need to start earning, right? And then I thought about it, and it's just like, wait a minute. And these items are like, you can get them in stacks of like 9,000, right? And to earn 9,000 would take a few days. Unless you like do like double drop and like really get dedicated to it. Then you might be able to do it in like a day or two. But even then, just a day or two of just straight farming is not fun. And then it's just like, yeah, that means everyone else would have to do it. And if no one wants to do it, there's not going to be that much. Only the people that want to do it are going to do it. And then they get to set the price. And then it's just like, what if the price is too high? People aren't willing to buy it. What? How much space do I need for this thing? And it's just like, sure, it would be better if the players, like the regular players, would do it, but it's gonna take too long. Yeah, cool. Ooh, I want this. Sell items. And right now, I'm actually struggling. Like, I can't buy a 6 link that costs a divine for at least a stat. I want stats like this. Or at least I want a base. My bad. I want a base like this. I can't even buy a weapon. Everyone's jacking up prices for anything damage over time, fire damage multiplier. That's all super high, sky high off the roof. And also what GGG is like saying is like they're not gonna revert this. So I hope they do, because that, or like they at least put at like 75% magic find, because just taking out the full thing is not good at all. Those are my thoughts. What do you guys think about this? What's going on? I'm still gonna play, but like, I had ideas for a second and maybe a third character this league. If things stay the same right now, those plans are absolutely canceled, and I'm only working on this RF character. Yikes. I had some cool ideas, but, well, I wouldn't say cool ideas, but I had certain things in mind, but yeah, if I can't even buy gear, what's the point? Other than that, thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check out my Patreon, and see you guys later. Bye. Alright, so that was one thing I did forget, is to do the comparison, which is last league, even like a month into the league, or even like before then, I would just set up my one chaos shop, just you just throw a bunch of items in there, and you hope. I think I did it for the beginning of the league for a little bit, and then I just quit because I don't know, I just got bored. Came back like a month later, did it again, made like 200 chaos off of that. Uh, I don't remember how much I made the first time, and now, like I said, it's one, two, 4 or 5 items sold a day, which is not much at all. Like I used to be annoyed by the amount of times I would have to go back to my hideout to sell the item, or back to town to sell the item, and I'm not getting this league almost at all. The economy is really bad right now. And then also like the weird thing is like we're switching from exalt to divine. No, that is just getting me all twisted up. Hopefully they fix this. See ya.